Minutes before the tip of Game 7, fans' phones vibrated in unison. Kevin Durant is a Houston Rocket. In a league where Woj bombs usually light up the night, this felt like a supernova, so bright it blinded the finals broadcast for a full commercial break. The stunner? Houston kept every future Suns pick they already owned, turning Phoenix's past gamble into the Rockets' present super team. But that was only the first domino. 48 hours earlier, Durant was smiling on stage at Fanatics Fest in New York, fielding harmless fashion questions. Mid-sentence, his expression froze as a sea of smartphones erupted. A lone fan shouted, "H-Town, baby!" The rumor mill had been spinning for weeks. Miami dangling Tyler Herro, San Antonio flirting with a moonshot, Minnesota gauging a cat swap. Yet insiders whispered that Houston's quiet confidence meant something. They held the one currency Phoenix craved, its own future. Ime Udoka, Durant's respected ex-assistant in Brooklyn, placed a single call. "We're still here, and we're still all in." Durant's reply allegedly contained 2 words and ended with, "Let's ride." Behind the scenes, Rockets GM Raphael Stone behaved like a poker shark, refusing to show his cards. While rival front offices sweetened offers hour by hour, Stone's phone stayed silent. The Suns, bleeding leverage, waited for a better bid that never arrived. 40 minutes before the national anthem, they folded. Yet the calm in Houston's war room hid a decade-long master plan. Ever since James Harden jettisoned to Brooklyn in 2021, the Rockets collected first-rounders the way antique hunters hoard rare coins. They drafted Amen Thompson's freakish speed, Alperen Şengün's Jokic-light footwork, and Reed Shepherd's rainmaker jumper. Under Udoka, last season's team rocketed to the West's second seed, but stalled in crunch time scoring. Enter Durant, the single most plug-and-play bucket on earth. While KD's signal Houston as a preferred landing spot was partly personal, Udoka earned his trust during those chaotic Nets days, standing up to the superstar when needed, yet defending him behind closed doors. Add Houston's no-income tax climate and a city buzzing with championship hunger, and the fit felt seamless. Most jaw-dropping, though, was the draft capital's sleight of hand. Houston surrendered Jalen Green, Dillon Brooks, the number 10 pick, and a fistful of seconds, yet guarded every unprotected Suns first it already controlled. Phoenix's own gamble on Durant 2 years ago now fuels Houston's flexibility. If this core gels, great. If not, those future picks become leverage to chase the next disgruntled megastar. For Stone, it's chess, not checkers. Phoenix thought they'd reclaim their future. Instead, they fueled it. Rewind to February. The Suns limped into the All-Star break with injuries piling up and a bench thinner than desert air. Their all-in quartet, Durant, Booker, Beal, Nurkic, cost more than some small-market payrolls, yet failed to crack the top 4. Local columnists questioned why KD seemed disengaged during fourth quarters. Rumors of quiet frustration between Durant's camp and head coach Mike Budenholzer leaked. When Durant's agent floated a short list of acceptable trade partners, Houston, Miami, and a wild card contender, the front office's leverage flatlined. Booker's own patience had a timer. League sources say Phoenix brass feared a repeat of the Donovan Mitchell scenario in Utah, an unhappy star silently calculating exit routes. The choice: flip Durant now for youth and flexibility, or risk catastrophic value loss later. Still, fans watched in disbelief as the package crystallized. How could a 2-time Finals MVP go for a 23-year-old streak scorer and a defensive irritant? So what did the Suns actually get for Kevin Durant? Jalen Green arrives dripping raw talent and inconsistency. At his best, he levitates to the rim like a human jetpack and rains heat-check threes that ignite crowds. Fit next to Booker? Questionable. Trade chip? Absolutely. League insiders already link Orlando and Brooklyn to exploratory calls. Dillon Brooks brings dog perimeter defense and volcanic temperament, a perfect foxhole mate if Booker buys in, a combustible asset if he doesn't. Then there's the number 10 pick, Phoenix's highest selection since DeAndre Ayton. Prospects on their radar include two-way wing KJ Evans and Serbian point forward Vuk Radovanovic, each capable of contributing quickly. Hit a home run here, and the rebuild accelerates. Miss, and it prolongs Booker's existential angst. Finally, the 5 second-rounders look trivial until draft night. They grease future deals, sweeteners for salary dumps, or ammo for moving up the board. In isolation, it's imperfect compensation. In context, it was the only exit on a highway with no U-turns. Great on paper, but only if Phoenix nails the next move. Picture the opening night starters. Fred VanVleet orchestrates, Amin Thompson erupts downhill, Kevin Durant stalks mid-range kill spots, Jabari Smith Jr. stretches to the corners, Alperen Şengün dices defenses with behind-the-head dimes. Off the pine comes Shepherd, who shot 44% from deep as a rookie, and defensive ace Cam Whitmore. It's a lineup that switches everything and scores from everywhere. The extension math is painless. Durant's 2-year, $112 million bump keeps Houston out of long-term lockup while satisfying the superstar's bank account. Injury and age loom. Durant turns 37 in September, but for a franchise that hasn't sniffed June basketball since Harden's prime, the upside dwarfs the risk. And the ripple effects don't end in Texas. Golden State fans exhale. The Splash Bros won't face playoff Durant in April, at least not wearing purple and teal. San Antonio rebuffed in KD talks, pivots to a rumored Giannis moonshot, dangling an arsenal of Spurs picks. Oklahoma City's treasure trove suddenly looks less unique. Asset inflation is real when every contender hoards first like gold bars. Meanwhile, mock drafts scramble after Phoenix parachutes in at 10, nudging projected lottery wings down the board. Media narratives explode. Is Durant's legacy now one of restless ring chasing or a savvy veteran guiding young stars? Twitter, sorry X, fills with cupcake and snake emojis alongside memes of Durant photoshopped into every retro Rockets jersey. The discourse, as ever, is louder than a Toyota Center playoff crowd. Yet beneath the headlines lies an even bigger question. Houston's window may be just 2 seasons. Dynastic if Durant holds up, disastrous if his calf tightens again. But the secret cheat code remains those unprotected Suns picks in 2026, 2028, and swaps in 2027, 2029. Should another superstar wobble, Stone can reload without gutting the roster. For Phoenix, the next 6 months are pivotal. Do they reroute Jalen Green for a defensive big? Does Dillon Brooks thrive under Mike Budenholzer's schemes or clash by Christmas? And hovering over everything, Devin Booker's happiness. If the Suns flounder, the league's next megastar trade request might come sooner than anyone expects. The answers may define the NBA's next half-decade. Trades end storylines, but they also ignite sequels. Kevin Durant's move to Houston could birth a juggernaut or light a powder keg. Phoenix might unearth its next cornerstone at pick 10 or spiral into another star exodus. The only certainty is uncertainty, and that's why we watch. So here's the thought I'll leave you with. When Kevin Durant's Hall of Fame plaque finally hangs in Springfield, which logo will sit under his name? The Thunders? The Warriors? The Suns? Or could the Rockets steal that honor too? Drop your prediction below, because in this league, yesterday's unthinkable is today's Woj bomb and tomorrow's dynasty.